Hey guys, welcome to Raw Vibrant Health. My name is Light, and I'm delighted to be out here in nature. I used to be black, guys, I'm telling you, but the last, I would say 3 years, it's impossible. I can't even get a tan anymore, you know? It's like, hey, let's see how little sun we'll give the people before they notice. even if we actually start telling them that it's not a fun, seriously theory anymore. It's crazy, you know? That's the thing. It's like, who else besides me remembers when you're a kid? I didn't see tic-tac-toe up there, and I didn't see these cloud, SEEDING, and all these other things. And then slowly it started coming the last 15 years. Just been watching it more and more and more and more. And I always saw it, you know, because I've been outside all the time, you know. I've been free for a long time. I've driven long distances so I can see populated areas and then non-populated areas. Of course, the populated areas always have a blanket or less of this beautiful stuff up there. And so I've hiked, you know, so many miles, so thousands of mountains, probably lots of trails. Just I've always been outside, and then the last 8 years I've been totally outside, like nonstop, pretty much. So I see what's going on, and like I said, like I would say there was many years where I was very, very black because I could just soak up so much of that beautiful stuff up there. But it's not the case anymore. The last 3 years, I've really noticed that wherever I go, I can only like get half of a tan. People still think, oh yeah, you have a tan. Trust me, guys, I used to be black. So they're really amplifying things. They're really turning things up. And guys, there's been actual patents on this sort of stuff for like almost 100 years. So it's not just some. So the reason I talk about this, that doesn't mean it's fear when you talk about something like that, something that's happening. It's about giving some awareness. Because a lot of people, they see it and then they're just not putting it together. And when someone says it, it's like, yeah, this. And the thing is it's not right. No one's consenting to this, right? And so if we say, we do not consent, you say it, you write it, you scream it, that's the best. Because it's really best to not accept or reject the stuff that's going on. Because a lot of times, yeah, I know. I've been there because I see it online. Sometimes I'm just like, because these guys are, man, there's something else, you know. So it's good to know about your kind of about how life works and like the games and the false part of life. The false part of life is the one that wants to siphon out, like, why does this happen, right? People ask. Well, lots of reasons. I mean, the one obvious one is like these guys are actually saying it. Like they reveal these things to us now. Before it was like, hey, we'll be more subtle. Now they're actually telling you. So if that doesn't alarm you, I don't know what to say. That's really scary. But we've all been a sheep at some point, but it's not time for sheep anymore. That's why my channel is a channel for people who are waking up and who have been awake for a while, who want to keep evolving and growing. And, you know, so that's the basic one. Like, why are they doing this? People ask. Because they want to block it out. They want to screw up the crops. That's definitely happening because I've seen it in different places. There's totally messing up the seasons, the crops. They want to block it out because it's great for us. It's healthy. It's good for our mind, our emotions, our emotional body, our physical body, our spirit, everything, you know? And the other thing is like they want to be able to, if you haven't noticed, they want to try to play God, like the things that have life force in it, like they do some pretty sick things, which I'm not going to get into, but like, and they siphon energy off of people energetically. That's why they have rituals and New Year's Eve and, you know what I'm saying, and holidays and stuff. So they really want to siphon off. They want to block the stuff from the ones that are actually need. We need sun. You know, they want to block it, and then if they can, I'm sure there's some way that they're trying to extract something and just utilize it for themselves, and then not give anything back to anyone, because that's just how they are. You know, it's the people. Oh, not always just people. The ones that are really have the most of the money. Yeah, well, when you have the most money, guess what? You can control every little part of society, you know, and that's the truth, you know, as you know. So I'm just glad that no matter how hard they try, they can't block it all out everywhere at once all the time. They can do some of it here, some of it there, but they can't block. I realize this is not the best quality with the camera, but I need my sun, and I'm not going to let anything get in the way of it. So yeah, so just remember, like, when you were a kid, did you see this? And like, not me. I'm about to turn 40 in a couple months. Not me. And then it started to come more and more and more, but and then the last 10 years, a lot more. And now it's just at a crazy level. So even though it's crazy, there's still times they take breaks like this. Hey, the pilots take breaks, and also the ones that run these centers that get these signals, which most places actually, it's not the standard ones anymore. Some places do those, and a lot of places do mixes, or they just do. A lot of places just mostly do like I said, this like EMF. It's a signal, like coming from somewhere else, and it just controls the pattern. You can see it coming in from you know, especially if you're on an island or something, you can see it coming in. You can see it in an airplane. You can see it. I mean, it's real. And it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. No one should be, you know, doing these things to people who we really need this. This is part of life. Stop messing with our planet, you know? I mean, guys, I was about to, like, if I could, I would have probably sold some of my, you know, unjabernated sperm. If I could, I was about to, like, you know, like do some like addict sort of thing. Like, if I could find the sun dealer. Hey, what do you need? I'll do anything. If you just give me some sun, because it's like I feel very, very intensely. The ones who are really connected with nature, like we are, you know, like you guys know when it's supposed to be out, and they're just doing a big blanket. You guys know the blanket, right? You feel it. It's like, what the heck? The energy it messes with your energy, you know? There's times of course, you need to be able to rise above that anyways, sometimes, but it's a real mind F for me. That's not acceptable, like I said, you know? And it's like, people, they're like, they want to have proof and stuff. It's like, first of all, guys, if you're semi-awake, just look at things. Does it look natural? Like today looks pretty natural. I know the camera sucks. Today looks pretty natural, but even almost every single day I see the little. There's a few times once in a while when I see absolutely not a single sign. But if you're outside as long as I am every day, you see when it starts, when it ends. You see this stuff. You can see, and then you know when, like, whoa, that's a real fluffy cloud, you know. And so you should just be able to tell with your awareness, does this look real? Come on, guys. Does this look natural? I know the universe is wild and stuff, but it doesn't do all these different diagonal patterns all in like one little area, like all going in different ways. Like, it doesn't do that. And how come with the standard ones, how come some days there's nothing? Okay, so there's no flights going come on, guys. Don't be dumb. Don't let them just insert the image over your head, program you, and just think for yourself. Does this look real? Does it not? And then, you know, like I said, all these fun conspiracy clearlies, all these things that I was talking about, and people thought I was crazy for half my life. Guess what? They're actually not anymore, and countries, especially the Asian countries, have had they've had contracts and stuff. And so you can also go to GEO Engineering, WATCH.org. That can tell you quite a bit. So yeah, sometimes there's nothing we can do about certain things, but like, guys, it is important to know what the world around you is like, okay? That's really important to know how things, because the thing is like, I've said it before, you don't want to have your head totally in the sand. You're going to just get run over like a cement truck. Unless you're like totally, like you're on like some secluded islands that they'll never get to, you know, unless you're like super an indigenous thing, then great, you're in nature. And this whole thing is falling. It's crashing and it's burning. So this thing isn't going to make it to every little end of the earth as much as they want to try to control everything, you know? So, but the thing is yeah, a lot of us live in the civilization sort of thing. So like, it is good to know what's going on. Like, you want to kind of have a balance. You don't want to have your head all the way in the sand. That's really bad. You don't want to be like, oh, looking through the windows like a meth addict. Like, you don't want that, you know, because guys, don't want to overstress yourself. There's too many things that you could worry about, but it's about like just educating yourself, know what's going on, and then of course just increasing your life force in your body with getting the freshest air you can, the best water you can. Don't skimp on your water. Get a well, get a purifier. I know it costs money, but do things like that. Get a real purifier, even for your shower, like all these things, you know. And don't skimp on the food. The more acid foods that you eat, the more like heavy acidic forming foods on your body that you have, that you're eating, you're not going to be able to handle all the bombardment in every single possible direction that we are facing. And that's just the reality. That's not being a fear dude. I'm not a fear dude. If anyone thinks I'm a fear dude, you don't know the dude. You don't know me. So this dude abides to nature, and I know a lot of you guys do too. So wishing you guys the best. I'm still open for a few consultations, still doing like one-on-one retreat, immersions, things like that. I have a few hubs where I really know the areas and where I got connections, and where all the good fruits are, the coconuts, like the great hot springs and this and that. And so I'm here, and yeah, just want to make, like, sometimes you just need to talk about things, and talking about, like I said, what's going on doesn't mean it's negative. Okay. There's a big difference, and you can actually tell. It's just when you're really aware, and that's kudos to you guys. I know you guys, most of you guys, you're on the same level with me as far as that. It's not about being on the same level. We're all whatever. I don't look at it like that, but I was asleep at one point for sure. We all have been. So let's all be kind to each other. Like I said on, I think, the last video, they don't want us to work together. They want to divide us. Don't let it happen. Peace.